Good evening everyone and welcome once again to the Craft Store. In this particular show we're going to be inviting you to reacquaint yourself with the notion of memory folios. We know that creating scrapbooks is a great way for you to be able to create your own personal history, a great way for you to be able to utilise photos that normally might be sat in a shoebox under the bed, maybe might be sat on your mobile phone or even your computer. You'll also know as well when it comes to Pink Frog, they also offer incredible value for money. Now, if you're not a scrapbooker or you aren't someone who's on your folio journey, that does not mean we have nothing for you in this show. Oh my word, absolutely not the case. We have incredible value for money when it comes to your cardstock. We have adhesives available for you on the show as well. And if you want to take that first tentative step into folio books, we've even got a taster kit available for you as well. But listen, let me talk to you the needs to know, because I know there's plenty of you who'll be getting straight on the phone lines and on the website to ensure you get hold of yours. By the way, hello. Yes, my name is Andy Love. I'm presenter for Create and Craft. I'm here on a sabbatical, a temporary sabbatical, a day, let's call it that, if you will. But don't let me get in the way of the fact that we have got exceptional value for money for you. So let me talk you through it. So the first offer we have available for you, you'll see in front of me I have excellent quality cardstock with a difference, with a linen touch that will explain as we go. So you have three different options. I want you to, if you buy 12 by 12, do you know what? Scrub that. If you buy cardstock, you know the kind of price that you can expect for cardstock. If you've ever bought 6 by 6 cardstock, pre-scored cards, think about how much 120 of those would cost you. Quite a bit, right? With what you're getting here, first of all, when it comes to your folio pages, you are getting 60 sheets of either your black and white, so 30 the black, 30 of the white. So again, that's one option. But then you also have other options where you can go for 60 white. Now again, these are all available on the same item number. So if you want to multi-order, you're going to pay one postal and packaging charge. That's the white, that is the white linen. We'll talk more about that as we go with our special guest in just a couple of seconds. And then, of course, we have the true black available as well. So 60 sheets for £21 and 49 pence. Now, obviously, we're going to talk a lot about folios. And in fact, just to quickly show you, even if you just took the black and the white and go for the black and white together, means that all of your projects will really, really stand out. It's a great starting point for your projects. But if you are a card maker, I want you to think of 12 by 12 as a great way to buy your cardstock. Why? Because 12 by 12 is the most economical card shape when it comes to card making, because you can cut into it, unlike an A4 sheet where you can have quite a bit of waste. So if you think of 12 by 12 sheet of white cards, you cut that in half, you've got two 6 by 6 cards. So if you go for the white option here on that linen cardstock, that's 120 6 by 6 cards that you can make for £21 and 49 pence. So no matter where you are in terms of your crafting journey, once again courtesy of Pink Frog, you've got exceptional value for money. It is your one-day special running for the next, well, 23 hours and change. Let's say hello to our special guest, the lovely Dawn. Hello, Dawn. Good to see you.
Hello, Andy. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you very much. Very exciting. Listen, you're going to inspire us in just a couple of seconds, but just pure economy, value for money, Pink Frog have done it again.
Pink Frog, you've always got quality with Pink Frog. You know that. And you're always going to get value for money. But we don't leave you there. We want to send you on your journey with your creativity. With these kits, you get your full cutting and scoring guide and 2-page instructions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, you've got everything you need to make exactly, or certainly get you on your way to make exactly, what we're going to take a quick look through with Dawn. Now, you've been very, very busy. Did you make all of these, by the way?
I've got a couple of girls that help me now. So I've got the lovely Heather, who hopefully will be watching, and also Karen's helped me out this time.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Karen. You've done great work. All right, so let's take a closer look. So what's the theory behind it?
Right, so what is a folio or a memory folio? You see me bring memory books to you for scrapbooking, but not just scrapbooking, for other things as well, recipes, storing things in. Memory folios, when we talk about a folio, we talk about something that's going to open out both ways. That's what we call a folio. And the nice thing about having this as a 12 by 12 size is you can get so much more in it, and it can be used for so many different things. But it just literally keeps on giving and giving.
Oh, hello.
So what I'm going to do is, I think best thing is to lay it down on the counter.
Agreed, yeah.
But you can see how sturdy this is. This isn't just, you know, you're just putting a couple of sheets of card together here. This has been made so it's nice and sturdy. Now we're talking with this kit about, I've used here the black, the true black,
yes,
with the true bright white linen.
Yes.
Now when we talk about linen cards,
yeah,
I don't know whether you can pick up, it's got a slight texture to it.
okay.
Am I best staying still?
No, that's fine, they're there.
Yeah, okay. So it's got a lovely texture to it, but it's got a texture to it that still allows you to ink, put your pearly winks on it, stamp on it. The possibilities have been endless, and Heather and I have really found what we can do with these absolutely amazing.
All right, lovely.
So straight away on the front cover you can see here that I've used the masket, I've die cut with it, just die cuts out an absolute dream.
Yeah.
It stamps a dream. I have used one ink pad for the whole album.
Wow,
Not different colours, just one. Okay, so bear that in mind. So straight away you're going to be thinking, okay, that's white. Look at the colour combinations you can do just by adding ink you've got in your craft stash at home. So it could be oxide, it could be distressed, it could be another make of ink. This takes them beautifully.
Yeah, definitely.
So let me walk you through the folio, because it's not just ink it takes either, Andy. It's just so exciting, honestly. So let's open this out. So straight away you see I've stamped. I've been out of fussy cut. These are all the stamps you can get from the Pig Frog brand site. Okay, so I've been out of fussy cut out on these. Using old photos. You know, I've recently lost my parents, and yes, you're right, I've got pictures, the one that's going to archive everything, which I've been doing, and it's been a pleasure. And the nice thing is, I'm getting them out of a plastic bag. They're not in the plastic bag anymore. They are being preserved correctly, just as they should. I've used several different stamping techniques. I have actually stamped and watercoloured on these and fussy cut these out and shaped them. So don't just think it's card that's going to stay flat. Even though it's 300 GSM, it's not going to stay flat because you can cut it out very easily. That's the nice thing about it. You know, the folio just keeps on giving. You can put on it whatever you like. You know, you can put your documents on here. This is the nice thing about it. Don't just think about it for plonking your photographs. You know, in this pocket here I found some just a couple of pictures of my mum and dad's engagement. But I also found a telegram my father had sent my mum. And on top of that, I actually found these. And these are glass slides.
What?
So again, they're just in a box. Get them out the box.
Wow,
that's amazing. Get them stored correctly. I now know everything is going to be looked after and stored correctly.
That's
it's
very
all
impressive.
In the right place.
That's brilliant.
But you see, it's the right cardstock, right glue. You know, everything is going to be absolutely fine.
This is a family heirloom you've created here, isn't it? I mean,
this is for
there's nothing more important.
No, this is for future generations to look at. And this is the nice thing about it. It's all here. You know, it's here for generations to come to enjoy. You can use your creativity to add little extra touches that aren't in the instruction book, like making extra little pockets. I found even more negatives. So I've made just a little pocket, again with that acid and lignin linen-free card. That's stored correctly. I haven't got to worry about that whatsoever.
That's brilliant.
That's all in the right place.
That's brilliant.
And the nice thing is, as well, that I also do, Andy, is all my photographs are stuck down with special photo glue.
Oh yes, now we're going to talk more about this later on in the show, and again it's important. It's a real test me actually to get the right tools for the job, get the right materials for the job. Now just to reiterate, it's already extremely busy, and no wonder. You have got the choice. Now one question that you might have, it's first question, one of the first questions I asked, is if I go for each one, let's say for example we're going to go for the black and white option, and to me it's when Dawn showed me this earlier on and showed you, well look, if you go for the black and white, you're well on your way to having everything contrasting perfectly. That seems like a great starting point. So for me, I'll go for the black and white. With the amount that we're getting in here, how many of the folios do you think we'll be able to make?
Right, the two you've got there,
yes,
you've got two of those.
Yes.
So I've done a black base,
yes,
with the white top.
Yeah.
You're going to make two like that.
Okay, lovely.
You can stretch it further,
Yeah,
if you have your card base but put patterned scrapbook paper on
right,
top.
okay, okay.
From your own craft stash.
Yeah.
So you can stretch your kit a little bit further.
Okay, lovely. All right, so that's if you go for the black and the white. And listen, I'm sure you will already have decorative papers in your home. Don't forget, a lot of the inspiration is maybe going to come from photographs as well. So that's the black and the white option at 016533. Then we have the white option as well, which again is with this. When you get this home, you'll feel it's a different. You've felt linen paper before, linen card before, but this is more of a finer filament. That's the kind of way I can describe it. It's a bit more smoother in that respect. So how many albums, if I just want to use white, let's say I'm going to do a wedding album, I just want to do the white. Right, how many albums I'll be able to make there? That's
a really good question, because if you're going to do a wedding album, you could do white on white.
Right.
You could pick out the accent of the bridesmaids' dresses.
Right, okay.
Like I've done.
Yeah.
So if you were going to just have the white base and put nothing else on it, you could make four. But they wouldn't be as sturdy as having it double matted.
Of course, of course.
So that's, personally, I think the double matting makes them
I agree.
More of a, you know, you pick up that black and white one there, Andy, and you tell me what that feels like.
Oh, blimey. Okay, that first of all feels very, very secure. Oh, blimey, goodness gracious me. That feels like a chipboard or something like that in the background. Do you know, like a leather-bound book, that kind of weightiness to it, do you know what I mean?
But it's all just that high-quality, true cardstock.
Yeah, I think, do you know, if it was up to me, I think definitely consider going for the black and the white together, because again, you just got that instant contrast, haven't you? It's dramatic. But then, of course, you have also got, but there's nothing stopping you, of course, going for more of the individual colours. Also, if you want to go for the black as well, all the same item number. So again, it's 016533 at £21.49, and again, you're getting 60 sheets included within there. 016533. Guess which option is proving the most popular? You're right, it is the black and the white. However, nearly 20% of the stock has gone. So we anticipate this would be the most popular, okay? So you know, with a one-day special, then well, it depends if this sells out, if we're going to extended dispatch, what have you. The point is, if you want it sooner rather than later, and that's your option, you need to get your orders in tonight at 016533 at 21.49. It's 21.49. Right, we will return to these in just a couple of seconds. We need to go down and take a look at a couple of the other items that Dawn's brought with her this far. Now, we talked about, talked about card making earlier on. And we do actually have some card making options available for you. Just looking for exceptional value for money, a great way for you to be able to replenish your stash. So this is again the true white, the true bright white linen and the true black unscored card. Now this is 10.5 by 30 centimetres. Yes. Now why that measurement in particular?
At Pink Frog, we don't give you scored card.
Right.
We always give you unscored, because by giving you unscored, what you also get in your pack is you'll get an A4 sheet telling you all your different card folds you can do just with that cardstock alone.
Really?
And that's what Pink Frog do, is we don't just give you basic cards. We like to give you the unscored card so you can do as many card folds as you like. We don't leave you high and dry. But we've also put this on the show today, Andy, because this is a great addition to your memory folios.
Right.
You may have seen in the past, I bought you the memory folios, and like this one, where I've actually done the matte and layer, I haven't used a sheet of 12 by 12 to do this.
Right.
I've used strips and mitered this.
Right, okay.
So it's got a hole in the middle,
right,
underneath there. So I haven't used like 4 layers or 3 layers.
Oh, right, I'm with you.
So that cardstock is a perfect addition
right.
to your memory folios.
As opposed to using a 12 by 12 each time, it might be right when you want to use this.
It gives you the opportunity to make extra photo mats also.
Understood. There are the instructions, or the instruction sheet that comes with every purchase, as you can see. So you're getting a total. How many are we getting in total? Do we know how many sheets in total? How many of the sheet of the card? So 6, 7, 7, 3, 5, 6, 40 sheets of each colour, thank you. £11 of the instructions. Yeah, I know you just get one, that's fine. That's all I need. 6, 7, 7, 3, 5, 6, if you would like to go for that card. So you're getting 80 sheets in total. Again, for £11.99, that's very good. At 6, 7, 7, 3, 5, 6. Now, moving on to a size that we all know and love, of course. That is the A4. Now, again, this is the same linen you've just been talking about. And again, when you first get this home and you touch it, it will feel that difference. It's got a good weight as well, 300 GSM. You're kind of into construction weight, aren't you?
It has, and also the fact it's linen that's acid and lignin free.
Right, okay.
Not all linen is. This is the thing you've got to remember, not all linen is.
Very true.
And again, this is a great addition to your folios.
Absolutely.
Because you can use it for die cutting elements out.
For the uninitiated, why is that important, being acid and lignin free? Why is that important?
Right. When you may have photos at home, I don't know, but many people had them in those albums with the gum, and you put the plastic film down.
Yeah.
That gum's going to eat into your photographs and destroy them. That's why photographs have like a coloured edge to them, or they start to go rotten. You need to preserve them correctly, okay? And this is why we talk about acid and lignin free. The glue that we use here as well, the EVA glue, is acid and lignin free.
Right, okay.
So I know when I'm constructing these, they are going to be perfect for those special memories.
Right.
That is going to last for many, many years
and that's
to come.
what you want, right? Because they're important, those photos.
Yes.
Okay, so that is your white linen cardstock, again at £11.99 at 737243. And you're getting 40 sheets included within there. And then moving on, now this is rather interesting. Now, this is a little bit of a special. Once it's gone, it's gone. If you love the idea of the folio, but you don't know where to begin, or you don't want to commit to that amount of cardstock, you know, then what the guys have put together is virtually everything you need to get started, including your red liner tape within here. So you've got your true bright white linen and your true black, all pre-cut for your 12-inch memory folio, and instructions included within there as well. So if you're a complete novice at this, you thought, you know what? If I can make one, then I'm well on my way. This is certainly well worth going for at £19.99. Pretty good value, right? But it makes one for an extra, is it £2? For an extra £1.50, you can go for the one-day special where, yes, okay, you don't get the tape, but it makes a minimum of 2, regardless of which colour you go for an extra £1.50. So listen, if you prefer that idea, everything taken care of for you, that's your item number. It's 880898. But for me, for an extra £1.50, absolutely go for the one-day special. It also highlights, doesn't it? Because that £19.99 is really good. It highlights what exceptional value for money your one-day special is. I guess that's what they call it, a one-day special. There's now, you can go to the web. Onto the web, you'll find out all the other elements that you'll hear us mention in the show. The adhesives that obviously Dawn was talking about earlier on, you'll find those all on the website. That is thecraftstore.com. But again, compared to going for enough to make one folio, the one-day special, regardless which colour you go for, if you go for the white one, then you can make 4. But if you go, personally, I'll go for the black and the white because it will make it stronger. And you can make 2, but of course if you add in some of the other elements, and indeed 12 by 12 you've already got, you can stretch it out even further. All right, so let's hop back across to Dawn and have a closer look at what we're going to be doing. So what are you going to make first of all? Right,
so what I always do, and I have also done an online workshop for this, so if you're someone out there that says, okay, yeah, I want to make one of those, but I don't want to read instructions, I don't follow instructions very easily.
Yeah.
I have also put together an online workshop for a small fee. It's over on my website, and it's done in small chunk videos, step by step. I am working with you in real time. You will only see my hands on the desk, nothing else, and I do it with you in real time, and we make one.
Wonderful.
And once you purchased it, you can watch it as many times as you like.
So remind us once again, how do we find that?
Dawnsinspirations.com.
Dawnsinspirations.com. Lovely. Okay.
But you are going to get your instructions and your scoring and cutting guides. Okay. And what I show you on the video is to take your 12 by 12 blank, and the first thing I always say to you is cut all your card. So this is all my true black card already cut. So I cut on my card, and you'll see on the video I do exactly this. I cut on my card and I put it in a pile.
Okay.
And then I take my other colour, which is this beautiful white linen, that basically could be any colour you want that you've got ink pads for. You could put anything on this, okay? So I then cut all my whites. I've got all the different sizes.
Yeah.
So in the starter kit, you don't have to do that.
Right.
Because at Pink Frog headquarters, they've done that for you.
Nice.
So you don't have to. But if you've got the 12 by 12, you're going to cut all your black, you're going to cut all your white. First thing you're going to do, and then we're going to go through the instructions.
Right.
So let me just start by putting one together for you.
Okay.
Oh, let's put that under there.
Not a lot of space.
I know, I need more space, Andy. Right, so I've already gone ahead and I've burnished. And you'll hear, many of you that have watched me in the past will say, you've got to burnish. So when you're scoring this card, we like to burnish because you get a nice crisp line in your cardstock, and you'll see there's no cracking in there at all. That is absolutely perfect. So you're going to do your scoring and do your burnishing. And then we get to the fun bit where we're going to put it all together.
Yeah.
So I'm using my EVA glue, and I'm using the fine nozzle bottles. Now I know at the moment, unfortunately, we're out of fine nozzle bottles, but they are on their way.
Right, okay, good.
But we have got the EVA glue if you need to stock up.
Now this is EVA glue. What's so special about EVA glue?
Well, as I was telling you, it's acid and lignin free. Now you can see how much I've used there.
Yeah.
I haven't caked it.
No.
You don't need to. Okay, so I've put it on the side. So this is my back hinge, and then I'm just going to line up my large sheet of 12 by 12, and don't be put off that it's 12 by 12. This is really easy to put together, and I always like to burnish afterwards, because what you're doing is you're pushing the glue into the fibres of the paper, and that is as easy as it is. And then we're going to do the other side.
Okay.
Now I have had people get in touch with me and say, oh, it's starting to buckle, what am I doing wrong? And do you know what they're doing wrong?
What?
Too much glue.
Too much glue.
Too much glue.
Because you really want it to work, right?
So with EVA, less is best.
Less is best.
Less is best.
A rhyme will help you remember. Good.
Yes.
Less is best.
And the nice thing about it is you've seen the amount I put on. I mean, I've been bringing you the memory folios since, I want to say, September, I think it was. I brought the first colour to you.
Right, okay.
But they do stand the test of time. You know, I'm carting them in boxes to and from the studio as well. Oh, I need those two bits. Right, never mind, we can carry on. So that straight away is your main cover. Okay, so that is there all ready for you to start decorating.
Okay.
All right. So I just dropped the other two bits on the floor.
Don't worry, we've got Maddie on. Maddie is now
Maddie
working
on
her
the
way
floor.
in, like a bit of a crafting ninja. There you go. Look at that.
you.
Subtly done. Subtly done. Very good. I like that.
We'll have to give her a round of applause, I
Very
think.
good. Well done, Maddie.
Now,
Good.
the next bit you're going to have, and all the way through your instructions, and all the way through your cutting guide, I actually tell you what each piece is called.
Okay.
So you're not left high and dry. I've tried to make it as simple and easy as possible. And the feedback I've had is that's what people are finding.
Yeah.
So this is now going to be That's your main spine, which is this piece just here. But now we're going to put the 2 side spines on so we can do the fold out folio piece. So again, very easy and quick to put together. You know, I can put one of these together from start to finish probably in about an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
They honestly, and once you got one done, and people will probably, who have done the folios and also the memory books that I bought you, will agree they should come with a government health warning.
Because of the addictive
Because they're very addictive.
But I bet they are, because I imagine not just that, but I imagine that everyone wants one, right? Listen, I've seen with my own eyes, I could tell you stories, and well, maybe not you guys watching right now, but I've told many, many stories about how memory books and memory folios and memory albums have changed lives in my family, genuinely, and brings tears to my eyes every single time I see it. From a crafting point of view, I don't think there's much more that you can make that carries more importance. You know, you can make a card for someone's birthday, and that's a wonderful thing, and they, oh, it's wonderful, you made a card, and that's a wonderful thing, and you'll remember that for a long, long time. But you make a folio memory album, here's something that sends goosebumps. It could be enjoyed by your great-great-great-grandchildren.
Exactly.
It can be enjoyed by future generations. It can bring back, and this is what I talk about, well, my granddad passed away a few years ago, but we did like a memory album for him, and it brought back, he was suffering dementia, what have you, it brings back memories for those who have lost memories. So it goes both ways. It's not just about showing, you know, in the future, oh, who was this person, who was that person. It goes both ways. I don't know of much else that you can make from a crafting point of view that can carry so much weight, can create so much emotion, happy times, sad times, lift your spirits, remind you what it is to be human, to be slightly dramatic about it. But listen, I've seen it with my own eyes, what a difference making projects like this can do. And let's not forget for you as well. I imagine it's something that a lot of people locked into during lockdown. Exactly,
and it's not just that, it's documenting things, writing those stories down. You know, these can be used, these are great gifts. You know, if you've got big milestone birthdays, you've got weddings, you've got a fantastic holiday. And the nice thing is, if like you in my craft room, I've got that cubed unit from a certain furniture place in another country. And you can put, I think I worked it out, 13 of these in one of those cubed units.
Does it just go in nice, just fit in flush?
They fit in perfectly.
That's satisfying, isn't
Anyone, I think I've designed it that way.
Yeah, that's satisfying. It's a satisfying sensation, that. Nice.
Right, what I've done now, Andy, is we've got our main cover done. What I've done here is I've cut some strips from that 10.5 by 30 card. Okay, because I don't want to waste my big 12 by 12. So I've cut myself some strips, and then what I've done is I've just done a little nick. Doesn't have to be precise, you can go at any measurement, because what we're going to do is we're going to mitre. So this is where you can save on your cardstock. Okay, so I'm just mitering 2 ends, and you're going to mitre 2 ends of 2 of them. Okay, so you've got those nicely mitered. Right, let's put some ink on this, because I want you to see what this linen card does.
Yes, okay.
All right, I think you need to see what this can do, because it is just amazing. I've got my ink pad. Now I could go in with my sponge. Let's get a sponge and go in with this. Could go in with that. I could go in with my brush. However you do it, you're going to get a different technique. Let me just bring a scrap piece in here for you to see.
I'm sorry to interrupt, I just need to let you know one thing. If you want to go for the black and the white, on the one-day special, nearly 1/3 of the stock has gone. That's proven to be the most popular. So if you want to go for the black and the white, I think you need to get your order in tonight to guarantee that you get a hold of it. 016533. Apologies, Dawn.
No, you're absolutely fine. So I've just cut some some scraps here. So this is just one of those blending brushes. Okay, so if I go in with this, and I do like to just put it on my mat as well to get it so it's not just too heavy. You can go in and get a nice soft blend. Okay, then pick up that ink and you get like a very subtle soft blend. Now, if you go in with your sponge and your blending tool, I'm using oxide ink here,
Yeah.
you get a heavier look, okay? Can you see you're just going to blend it the same?
Yeah.
And you get a heavier look. But then you can go straight in with your ink pad.
Oh, yes, look at that.
And you get a heavier look. Now that is the same colour. This is what I was saying on that album that I did. One ink pad did that album. As in, it gives you all the different effects. That is the nice thing about it. And I haven't got to worry because I know it's acid and lignin free. And
Yes,
I know I
of course.
keep saying it, but it's true.
No, it's important. It's important to know because at the end of the day, your photos are important, and you know you don't want to ruin them in any way, shape, or form.
Yes, it's black and white.
Yeah.
But this can be any colour that you've got an ink pad for. Any brand of ink pad. I've used several of the ink pads. Let me get my little board here just to share with you. I've done lots of boards because honestly I was really impressed when I was using this. I'll just put this down at the side so you can see. Stamping with your inks as well. I've just put a selection of different brands on here, just so you can see. This one is a light grey. It's the only colour I had in it. That's why it looks like that. Not the fact it hasn't stamped very well. But you can see all the different brands. They stamp beautifully. Sometimes you'll find with the distress ink, you might have to what I call double stamp.
Yes.
But that is not a problem, I don't think, personally.
No.
I'm quite happy to double stamp because that means I can just use my one ink pad. So I'm just putting a little piece of ink down the side because we're going to do the layers.
Right.
So this is a cheat way of doing the layers rather than wasting another 2 sheets of your 12 by 12.
Okay.
Because I don't know about you, but I'm quite a frugal crafter.
I think everyone is at home. I think sometimes people watching get quite frustrated when they see us working our way through great swaths of card and paper. So I think it's lovely to see kind of, you know, ways for us to ensure that we use less. Not to mention, you know, the ecological aspect as well. So if you want, I think that's like a booster pack, as it were. Because here's the thing: you might think, well, I could just use scrap card. But remember, the scrap card you buy or you have is not likely to be the same card. And I guess that's the point that Dawn's making. If you want everything to match, and remember, it's not just matching, it's how it feels. How it feels as well. It's got that special texture. And certainly add in that into your basket. £11.99. Now, you aren't getting 40 sheets there, so someone's taken a bite out of the black one. No, you are getting 40 sheets included with it. Is it 40 of each colour? 80 in total, even better. £11.99, so 677-356 if you would like to go for those. And it does come with an instruction sheet because it is an unusual shape. But from that you are able to get a number of different shaped cards. So you can see how to make a gatefold card, for example, is all included within there. How to make a pop-out card, all included within there, all for £11.99. But it's that Dawn is using to fill in the gaps that otherwise would mean she'd have to cut into another 12 by 12, and that then becomes wasted. So 677-356 if you'd like to go for the black and the white at £11.99. All right, let us continue with our demonstration with Dawn.
Right, what I'm doing here is I've used that kit, Andy, and I'm making my sort of squares, if you like. So I've mitered the corners, and I'm just putting them in my scoreboard here. So I'm just pushing those down. So my scrapbook ladies would be saying, yeah, it's like gutting.
Yeah.
Because when I scrapbook, I get the ladies to gut, and they all say, oh no, Dawn, are we gutting again? I say, oh yes. Because this, you do, a lot of you do this already in your card making, don't you? You know, you don't want to waste the middle piece.
No.
So I'm just laying this up, and this is making like a frame. So I've done the black here, and I've just allowed time for that ink to dry there on the linen. Okay, so I'll just give that a little burnish there. And as a scrapbooker myself, you know, black and white card is the ones you go to.
Yeah.
And particularly when you've got card of this quality, where you can ink it. This takes it to another level.
I think as people are agreeing with you, that's why the black and the white card in the 12 by 12 and the folio is proving the most popular.
It is, it does look classic. I mean, I love the way Heather had done it just with the black and white and all the die cuts. But again, you see she's used that 10.5 by 30.
Yeah.
She's used that for all the die cuts and
Yeah, that's
all
good.
those elements.
Yeah, I think that's definitely well worth adding in to your order.
It is. I mean, it does make sense. And the thing is, with Pink Frog, you will know that if you're going to buy 12 by 12, if you're buying A4, if you're buying the 10.5 by 30, it all comes off the same base card.
Right.
Andy cuts it all in-house.
Right.
It all comes as big sheets and it's all cut at the same time.
Okay.
So this piece is exactly the same as the white
At
in
the end of the
smaller
counter,
pack.
it's all going to be the same.
It's
all comes
all
from the same place.
exactly the same.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Dawn.
Well, I think you're right. It is important to know, isn't it, that these things are just the same.
Well, it also means that should you run short, oh, blimey, I need to get some more, and then you order some more, and if it's slightly, it's not going to be slightly different, and you'll notice it because you've been handling it. You'll notice that difference, won't you?
This is
so you
it.
want to make sure you've got that continuation of quality.
You know, particularly if you're someone that's doing it for like a wedding station or anything like that, and you want everything all the same, all matching, it is just so important. So if I bring the front cover of our album in, you see straight away, you put that on, and you put that on. Doesn't that look different straight away? And then we can bring the next layer in. So the next layer can be the one that goes on the top that you're going to do your special treatment for the front of your cover.
And going back to what you said earlier on, you aren't just layering because it looks nice, you are adding strength to the page, aren't you? You're making the whole project stronger.
You are, you are. And you picked up the black and white one there. What Heather's done with the black and white, she's done exactly what I've just shown you here, which is exactly what I've done with this one here. And you're right, they are weighty albums. You've got it all together. You know, they're nice and sturdy. They're not going to let you down.
No, no.
Not at all. Not
because they're going to be well thumbed, aren't they? That's the thing.
Oh,
it gets passed around because everyone will want to see it. So, you know, yes, it'll sit on a shelf for a little while, but occasionally someone will want to have a look through it. Oh, I want to see that wonderful thing that Dawn made, you know, and you take it down. You know, it's going to get well handled. It needs to be strong enough because it won't just be responsible adults, so the kids will get involved with it and all those kind of things.
They will indeed.
It needs to be robust.
They will indeed. Now, do you want me to decorate the front or shall I carry on assembling a bit more of the album?
Let's decorate the front, says our producer.
Yes, decorate the front. Right, so I'm going to take it off here for now. So I'm just going to slide that across there. So let's decorate this front. Now, I'm going to use a product called Mask It. A lot of you will have seen it and used it in the past. So our Mask It is absolutely marvellous because it's a low adhesive, and the nice thing about it, you can see I've already used it. Put it back on its carrier sheet because you can use it again and again. It's not a one-trick pony. You're going to be able to use this several times, as you will see. And as we put the album together over the next sort of one-day special shows, you know, we've got shows coming tomorrow.
You've got another one tonight as well, haven't you?
I've got another one at 8 o'clock
That's
tonight,
right, 8 o'clock
and then we've
tonight,
got shows tomorrow. You'll see where I've put the photos to be, and Heather's also done with hers. Rather than worrying yourself that you've got to ink a whole 12 by 12 sheet, we've used Mask It to put where the photos would be, so we're not wasting our ink.
Oh.
So it just gives us the confidence. So that's stuck down nicely onto there.
And let's not forget, you don't want to make mistakes on this. It's another kind of safety element, isn't it? You know, you don't want to have random fingerprints across something that you're hoping is going to last for ages.
Well, I always think with crafting, there's no mistake, there's happy accidents.
Yes, that's true.
There's happy accidents. And there's always a way out. There's always a way out with this. And you will, you know, if you think, oh, well, I didn't really want that, you'll notice the other side of your linen is just plain. So it's just plain flat white. And I'm sure these frugal crafters out there, they're just like me. You won't be throwing it away.
No, no.
You will be using it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just going in with the blending brush and I'm just putting a little bit round the edge. Now you may think, oh, there's not a lot on there, Dawn, but there is. There is. But this is the nice thing about this. Just by using one ink pad or shades of ink pads, I've done with the yellow one there, you can make your own papers in a way. You know, why not make it special? And when you're making these gifts to pass on to family or friends or, you know, relatives, anybody, you're giving the most important thing you can give, and that's your time.
Yeah, very true.
And the love that you're going to put
all that,
in putting it together.
I think that'd be evident, won't it? I've just had an idea, and I don't know if we'd be allowed to do this, but I'll ask the question. Why not? We're live, no one can stop me. If you wanted to construct a folio, but not decorate it and sell it as a Exhibit A. So let's say you made something like this, and you haven't decorated it, you leave it for someone else to decorate, and you wanted to sell that. Are we allowed to do that?
Yes, you are,
Because I tell you what...
Well, I wouldn't want you to sell in the instructions that come in it.
No, but I guess you've kind of taken care of that, haven't you?
But you've made that. It's like if you made a handmade card.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I tell you what, I think there'll be a lot of people who'd be interested in buying one of these already ready-made. All they need to do is to add their own decorations or something like that. Just a case in point, you know, because craft shows and live events and stuff are all coming back.
They are indeed. They are indeed.
So again, that's good to know that you're able to do that.
I know we've just had the C word.
Yes.
But think about it. Get ahead of the game.
Do you know what, Dawn? I'll back you up on that. I wonder how many of you over the festive season thought, I will make a scrapbook for 2022. It's February already.
Yeah.
Have you started yet? No, you haven't. Of course you haven't. No one has. But if you start early, the chances are that you will have... Because I imagine, Dawn, I know it's your vocation, so it's slightly different, but I imagine a scrapbook isn't done within a short amount of time, and that's part of the joy of it, right? I know there are people who will work month to month, or event to event, you know, it might not be a year they have in mind, it might be, okay, what do we do for my husband's 50th birthday, let's say, and you have different events covered within there, and then once that's done, then that's something you can give back to the family members or indeed the husband.
Yes, exactly. I did something similar to this for my friend, my daughter's friend. She was an air hostess. Right. And she left being an air hostess to become a nurse.
Oh, right.
During lockdown. So good on her.
Yeah, very much so.
And my daughter wanted to give her an extra special birthday present. And she said, Mum, can you do one of your big albums for me, please?
Yeah.
And I did do her a big 12 by 12 album.
Really?
And we left it all where she could put her photos in, so she could document her time as an air hostess.
Oh, wow. See?
But she wouldn't have normally. Those photos would have stayed on her phone.
Yeah, on a phone and a shoebox under the bed, someone like that. No, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So this time I've gone in with the brush, and I've just done that shading out again. But you can, if the camera gets in really close, you can see that beautiful linen effect coming out. It is absolutely gorgeous. So now let's add a little bit of texture to this, and I'm going to go in with one of our stamp sets called Textures 3. Okay, and this is what I'm saying, this will take lots of different things. So let's have some stamps on here, because this just builds it up, just makes it look special. So
we do actually have those stamps. It's Textures 3, as Dawn just said, for £14.95. It does come with some A4 card as well, 10 sheets of for only £14.95 at 302313.
But I'm just doing some first generation stamping, I'm doing some second generation stamping. I will clean these stamps afterwards, I do promise.
Don't your stamp store, and you can do
I know I get carried away when I'm on the tape, because you don't want to watch me clean my stamps. So you see, it just takes the ink nicely. But I've tried this out with the yellow album. That's been made just with distress ink, not oxide.
Oh, really?
So it's just showing different inks, how they do
They're lovely.
sort of cope with it, with the white.
All three of those are something special.
Right, so I've added a few more elements there. Let me just do one more down here. And then I'm going to go in with some words, because I'm not removing my mask yet. You will have noticed. But I've kept it in place. So let's pick out some words here. Oh, let's go straight away with the Precious Poppies. Now, this is another nice one I like, because it's got those...
The masket's actually proving very, very popular actually on the back. I'll show you what you're going to receive. Not too much visually, but that masket, that's how it's going to come to you. 10 sheets of 976,569. A4 in size. Obviously you will cut that down, but a lot of people are adding that in to their basket. It's 976,569.
Right, I'm going to bring my stamping platform, because I'm going to stamp the main words. So I want the main words to stand out. So I don't want it looking distressed, if you like. So this time I'm going in with a VersaFine Clear, and I've got a grey.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have, let's have Precious. So I'm just laying this just off the heart when it doesn't stick to my nails. Let's have Memories, because memories are precious. Okay, stay there. Just make sure that's square. So I'm going in with my stamping platform, because I want to make sure this stamps. As I've said to you, some of the, particularly the distress inks, you would have to do what I call a double stamp.
Right, yes.
My VersaFine Clear should be absolutely fine.
Yeah, yeah.
So lots of little taps. Press that down. And you've got that lovely stamped image. Even though that has got that linen texture, it has stamped it absolutely beautifully. So if you're thinking ahead and thinking you could use the linen for wedding invitations or special occasions like that, you know it's going to stamp absolutely beautifully.
It does lend itself to that, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Very nice.
Right. So I'm just going to carry on.
Okay, well, listen, whilst you're doing that, another quick reminder on the one-day special. So recap exactly what we've got for you. 3 different options for you to go for 60 sheets of your 12 by 12 cardstock, okay? And again, featuring the true black and also the true white, which of course is that linen. Now, the most popular option so far is a mix of both, as you can see, that one just there, 016533. Nearly 40% of the entire day stock has gone. The benefit of going for the black and the white is that you're able to make at least 2 albums similar to this. Now, you do get instructions included in how to make the elements that form part of this, but you're able to make at least 2 of your folios if you go for that particular option at 016533. I get 2149. Then we also have the all white. Now, with the all white, obviously you can actually double the amount of albums you can make, but they won't necessarily be as thick or sturdy as it would be, because obviously if you're matting and layering with your black and the white, with the white it might be ideal for like weddings, for example, or christening. So again, that's the same price, same item number in fact, 2149. Or you can go for the black. Now, the benefit of the black, of course, the black makes everything stand out, doesn't it? Maybe you've already got white cardstock, for example, you just want to bulk up on the black. And at 016533. If you go from all together, of course, you can do only 1 item number and only 1 P&P charge of £3.95. But again, the black and the white is the most popular. If you're a Freedom member, of course, you don't pay any postage and packaging. Okay, let's just move across to now the 10 by 7. No, it's not. What's the measurement? I've forgotten it. 10.5 by 30, that's it. So again, you've seen how Dawn has utilised these to where normally you would reach for another 12 by 12 or even reach for another A4. This is kind of a scrap buster, I suppose. It also means your cardstock goes that much further. You do, but again, it's not just scraps of card you're buying. It is the same cardstock that you've seen in the white, the linen, and also the black, but you are also getting instructions how to make shaped cards from that shape for £11.99. And there are 80 in total. I know, didn't look like it, but yes, 80, 40 of the black, 40 of the white at 67735. Looking like that, looks like the beginning of 2001. At 677, look it up. Anyway, let's move on and let's take a look. I know the references are lost, Marcus. You're right. I'll stop doing them now. Right, let's move on and take a look at the white linen, the A4, a 737243. That's £11.99. 40 sheets again of that true bright white linen that you've seen Dawn utilise. And then the starter kit, of course. If you're looking at this and thinking, do you know what, I would like to give that a go, but I want to commit to 60 sheets. We've got everything you need in here to make one of those folios, including also your extra 10.5 by 30s and also red liner tape and instructions, and that's £19.99. It's 880898. But for an extra £150, okay, you don't get the extra smaller bits and you don't get the tape. But for an extra £150, you can go for 60 sheets of your white and your black cardstock, that of course being your one-day special. But a third of the stock of this starter kit has gone. Now we only have a finite amount here. Once that's gone, that's it. There won't be extended dispatch or anything like that. Right, let's give it a heads up of some other items and then we'll wrap things up with Dawn. Now, there is another colour on our website, and now on your screen, on the memory folios. Now, comes with the instructions. This is the true brown and the true ivory. So it's 429219. 30 sheets of each colour at £26.49. Now they are two lovely complementary colours. So it's 429219. Dawn, do we also get instructions with that one as well?
That's the brown. Yes,
you do.
You do. And if you look at the back there,
yes,
there is a sample with that handsome young man on there.
I wonder if that one. Do you know what? Because that colour lends itself to older sepia photos, doesn't it? So, who is this gentleman, Dawn?
It was my father when he did national service.
Wow, what a great photo! That's a really good photo. And he was in the Royal Engineers, 1952 to 1952.
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive, isn't it? That's a great photo. See, now, how many of you have photos like this in your family? We do, my family do. My granddad served, he was in the my great-granddad was in the Battle of the Somme. There you go, one of the few people who survived the Battle of the Somme. We all have photos of military personnel in our families. Be honest with you, you have to say out loud, where is that photo now? Might be in a frame somewhere, or is it somewhere safe? It's probably somewhere safe. Probably somewhere safe where it's not being viewed or appreciated by anyone, right? You can see by making something like this, just brings it back to life in many, many ways, I think. So listen, if you've got a lot of those sepia photos, that might be a good colour choice, actually. That's 429219 at £26.49. If you like those colours, we have got the 10.5 by 30 sheets in those colours as well. Here they come. 40 brown, 40 ivory, that's 568157, that's £11.99. It's 568157. Okay, let's head back to Dawn. About 5 minutes left.
Right, I've just been playing with building this up, and I've added onto it as well our typewriter sentiments and typewriter additions, because you can use these words are for cards, but you can use them with your scrapbooking and with your mini books. Don't be afraid to cross these things over.
Yeah.
So let's take the mask off.
Okay.
Let's see what we've got underneath here. Let me move that out of the way. So as I said to you, keep them. I've just inked round that edge. This mask is still good for many more goes to use. So if we peel this off, see, it hasn't torn the paper, and you've got that beautiful crisp linen there underneath. So I'm gonna have to turn this over so I can just stick this back on its carrier sheet. And again, I just wanted to talk about that linen because we've had super smooth in the past.
Yes.
Well, we still do have super smooth, not just in the past. We always have. So Pink Frog bring you, let me just show it with you here. So we bring you our true white card, which has come in kits in the past. The super smooth, which you can put anything on. We bring you the watercolour that has got that bobbled texture. But then when you go and put the linen, that gives us another one. But the linen and the true and the watercolour are all acid and lignin free.
Right.
The super smooth at the moment is not.
Is not. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
So we can now add on to this. So I've cut myself again. Die cuts out beautifully. So we can add on to that. I've die cut these out, Andy. Again, these are out of the linen card.
Yeah.
And this is a flourish die, which is from Pink Frog and is available over on our brand shop.
Okay, lovely.
So again, it's white, but you can turn this any colour you want. So your embellishments will all match. That is the nice thing about the black and white albums.
Yeah.
Because it just brings it to life. You know, even if you go for the full set of the black and the full set of the white, you're going to double up, aren't you?
Yeah, you are, definitely.
You are.
I wonder if people will do that, actually, take advantage of the fact that it's all under the one same item number. And let's be honest, with black and white, you can't really go wrong, can you? Although, I have to say, now look at that wonderful photo of your dad. If you could go for the black and also the cream and the, what was the colour called?
True brown
Ivory
and
and
ivory.
brown.
Yes.
Yeah, that works very well, that, I have to say.
Well, let me just bring this one in quickly to share with you. Now, one of my scrapbooking ladies also does Zentangle.
Oh, right.
So I know we're talking about memory folios and using them for photographs.
Yeah.
But why not use them for your crafting?
Ooh.
So she's started to document all her tangles.
That's very
And
good.
so this is it. These books, these folios can be used for so many different things. Doesn't just have to be photographs. No. Over on here, she's done like her tangles, as they're called, because she is a proper Zentangle teacher.
True. Yeah.
And these ones are on tea bags.
Oh, wow, okay.
These are on actual tea bags. And the way she's actually stuck that down is with that special photo glue that we also bring you. So this is it. Folios can be used for so many different, you know, different reasons or different ways that you can use to fill them. Definitely.
Very nicely done.
Definitely.
All right, sis, we've got about less than a minute left on this show.
Oh, where's that gone?
Now, I'd say we're going to change it to make it a little bit easier for you. The mixed option. As you can see, just help the call centre a little bit, I think, because you've got black, white and black and white. So we are now rechristening the black and white one. That is now mixed, okay? Now 40% of the stock of that has gone, okay? So the mixed is black and white. You also have the white linen, and you'll also have the black available as well. You get 60 sheets no matter which one you go for, but for me, the one I'd go for is the black and the white, because you get everything you need to make at least 2 of your folios. Dawn, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You'll be back in an hour.
I am back at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, we look forward to seeing you then.
Quick bite to eat and I'm back again and we're going to continue.